Welcome back. New York City has already made history ahead of tomorrow's mayoral election. More than 735,000 people cast early ballots, the highest early in-person turnout ever in a non-presidential election in the Empire State. Joining me now to discuss the significance of this and so much more, Howard Wolfson, formerly served as New York City's deputy mayor for government affairs and communications in the Bloomberg administration. I've known Howard in many other iterations in American political life, and Alyssa Cass, who worked on Andrew Yang and Scott Stringer's bids for New York City mayor. It's great to see you both. Howard, let me start with you. What do you make of the early vote totals, and what is your sense of where this race currently stands?
Well, the polling would certainly suggest that it is Mr. Mandani's race to lose. He is ahead in, I think, literally every poll that I have seen. Um, I think it's very hard for the pollsters to model out this electorate. It was certainly hard for them in the primary, where you had a lot of first-time voters coming out for Mandani who were not showing up in the polls. Now, whether or not that replicates itself tomorrow, or whether or not there are Cuomo voters who might not have voted in a primary, we're going to find out. But there is an enormous surge of interest. I went to try to vote early yesterday, and the line was really long. So I'm going to come back to my polling place tomorrow at 6 a.m. But look, whether you're for Mandani or Cuomo or Sliwa, it's good that there is a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of interest in voting in New York. That isn't always the case here.
Alyssa, how do you break all this down?
I echo Howard's point that it's a hard electorate to model. We haven't had this competitive a general election in New York for a long time, but there's everything I've seen from the early vote data so far, I think confirms the polling that we've seen, that we're looking at a significant Zoran victory. And I think when you look at the campaign Zoran's run, and when you've run a error-free, almost error-free general election campaign that centers the issue that voters of all shapes, sizes, and neighborhoods prioritize the most, at a moment when the status quo is working for few New Yorkers, I think it's a safe bet that Zoran is on a glide path to win tomorrow night, and in my view, to win by more than 50%.
Howard, Mike Bloomberg, who you once worked for, has donated considerable amounts to the super PACs supporting Andrew Cuomo. I understand you are generally supportive of Andrew Cuomo. What's the case for the Cuomo campaign?
Well, I should say once worked for and still work for.
Yes,
So in
forgive
case
me.
my boss is listening. No, I haven't quit today. Look, the case is in a lot of respects that this is the second toughest job in America. It is a budget of over $100 billion. It is a workforce of 300,000 people. It is the largest city in the United States. It has crises on a near daily basis. Andrew Cuomo is someone who has served in government at the highest levels. He has been a chief executive in New York State. He knows how to run things and how to get things done. And in many respects, Mr. Mandani, although he is very charismatic and he is very intelligent and has run a very good campaign, has never managed anything more than an office of 4 people in the assembly. And for many of us, the sort of on-the-job training that would be required by anyone with his lack of experience is a bet that we're just not prepared to make for mayor.
Alyssa?
The case for Andrew Cuomo. The case for Andrew Cuomo is one I think Howard.
Oh, you can make the case for Mandani if you want.
I'd love to. I mean, the case for Mandani is this. We're in a moment of the city where almost every New Yorker is experiencing what I like to think of as a parallel crisis of affordability. Whether you are poor, working poor, middle class, or upper middle class, this city is not working for you, and it's hard to envision to see a future for yourself here. When what Zoran is offering is a mayoralty that is laser focused on affordability. And that's the sort of focus that not only individual New Yorkers need, but that this city needs. Cities thrive when the middle class and working families are here. They're the people who care that the school system works, that the trash is picked up, that streets are paved, and that it's safe. They're the ones with that are most invested and using the daily services of the city, and offering an agenda that works and appeals to these New Yorkers, the New Yorkers who are really not only the base, the backbone of our tax base, but the backbone of our social and physical infrastructure. That's something to vote for. And at a time when the status quo in New York is working for almost no one, it's time to reach for something new versus a relic of a failed past here in New York State.
Alyssa Cass and Howard Wolfson. Howard Wolfson still working for Mike Bloomberg, as if anyone was momentarily dislodged by my blunder there. Howard, Alyssa, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.